And I still don't know what happened to Pap's flag. I don't know if, like, one of my aunts got it. My mom was supposed to get it, but she didn't because they didn't feel it was right that she got it because she's not an actual blood relative to my Pap. Thing is, my Pap adopted her when she was a few years old. And that's fucked up. But that was under false pretenses, so technically he was still not her daughter, even though I will really feel bad for my mom because I think that her bio dad would have did a much better job helping raise her, because my grandfather, if you were like 30 seconds late, he would whoop you. Trigger warning, by the way. He would whoop your ass, and he would beat you down, especially if he was drunk. He had a drinking problem to the point where it got to the point with my gram where he broke her arm, broke her leg, and gave her panda eyes. So I have, some experience with DV. We managed to get my gram out of the situation, and we noticed that Pap was only acting out when he was drinking, and so we helped stage an intervention for him, and he quit. He came off of it cold turkey, which was stupid. He was still an old... Oh, no, this was my my mom went through hell with my Pap. My mom, 30 seconds late, she was the only one that really got the punishment, though, because it's like he didn't see her as his daughter, even though he technically adopted her. But 30 seconds late, ass whooped. She was constantly terrified of that man, and this was only when he was drunk. Only when he was drunk. But then, as he got older, after he got sober, he and my mom got really close, and we started seeing the best side of my grandfather. And my grandfather, after he got sober, bought my gram jewelry at least once a week to make it up to her. He loved her that much. I know that it seems like she went back to an abuser, but she really didn't. She just saw a side of him that wasn't him. And the saddest part is my Pap took a huge fall. And they lived in a senior high-rise. I want to tell you guys this story because this is heartbreaking, okay? So my Pap and Graham lived at a senior high-rise, and they were known for being neglectful with the upkeep of the downstairs, like the common areas, and the outside, especially when it would snow. So my Pap would always take it upon himself to like clear out a way to get to the car, even though he wasn't allowed to drive. He didn't have a license. He was blind as a bat. Torture. My Graham drove, which was even more terrifying. But anyways, so he went outside to go clean off the car, make a path to the car, and he slipped and fell and cracked. This was after he got off clean and sober. He was doing really well. He had so much appreciation for my grandmother. He loved on her every day. But as soon as he took this fall, his head went whipping back, and it hit the corner of this like curb on a sidewalk, fracturing his skull in 7 places. Okay. He survived it. He had to have drains put in to leak. Like, they put those drains in after he started to have swelling on the brain. They noticed he had clear fluid coming out of his ears. It was spinal fluid. They put him into an induced coma. And this was right after I got off of my drug of choice the first time. It was a very triggering experience going over there, seeing my Pap on a breathing tube and not in good shape at all. Terrible. I'm sorry, Gilmer, Jenny. I'm not psychic, sweetheart. It just said terrible, though. But anyways, my Pap made it through. He kicked ass, made it through, but unfortunately, he suffered side effects from the fall. He had head injury-induced dementia. It was very slow at first. It was actually almost like he acted like a toddler at first. Even though he still was there, like he was completely conscious of his memories and everything. It was just, there was something in his brain that was triggered where he acted like a toddler, but he was still there. Like he acted like an adult, but acted like a toddler at the same time. Honey, I'm not a psychic. And I'm sure that they are looking over you. If you guys had a wonderful relationship, guaranteed they're looking over you.
Draining.
So, anyways. My pap got way worse towards the end of his life. He was diagnosed with heart failure, congestive heart failure. And during the time right before my gram had to have him placed, it was like he went back to his drunken stupor, even though he wasn't drinking. He would, the only funniest part about any of this, he took his rascal scooter and drove it into traffic he had this cat named TJ. I actually found TJ. And it was his buddy for life. And he wasn't a cat person, but he loved this cat. And they ate ice cream together. I know that's probably not the best thing for cats, but he loved ice cream. TJ loved ice cream. He was overweight. He was loved. He was. But anyways, so my pap decided, you know what? I'm going to go get me and TJ some ice cream. And decided to get in his rascal scooter. What's up, Afterlife Paranormal? How you doing, buddy? He got on his rascal scooter and crossed 2 lanes of busy traffic to go to Wendy's to get some Frosties. He went through the drive-thru too. By the time my gram got to him, he was all done in the drive-thru, had his Frosties in his fucking front basket on his scooter. I fucking lost it when my gram said that she had a hard time keeping it together. Nintendo Switch is really cool. Did you ever play the new Super Mario Brothers? It's called
Graveyards hide secrets.
I know they do. That's kind of weird that you talk about graveyards. But after, the funny parts of him come out, then the violence come out. It was like he was back in his drunken stupor, and he started chasing my gram with a hammer. Now, this is a man that, for the last 25 years, had been making it up to my gram, getting her jewelry whenever he had the chance. I actually got some of the jewelry that he used to get her. Giving her jewelry, doing things for her, helping her cook and clean. He was like a different man. He was the man that she said it was the man she married. And after his head injury, she actually won a lawsuit with that. And it helped take care of him and her, which all it did really was cover her medical debt. But, yeah. He went back to, chasing her down with hammers. It was actually way worse than it was before. And she had no choice because the one day he was chasing her with something else. And he collapsed. He didn't die, but he collapsed. He got put in the hospital, and this was around, I even know the month, because my son was around 1 year old, and I went in to see my pap in his last days on my son's first birthday.
Betsy.
Who's Betsy? Well, we went in, and the saddest part of congestive heart failure is when they have so much fluid built up in their body, it starts to come through their skin and starts to form huge blisters. It is not pretty. It is not pretty. But we went in, and the first thing he said to my mother was, he called her my, I can't remember what he called her. I think he called her by my gram's name. And he called me somebody by the name of, what was it? Heather. He thought my name was Heather. I said, no, it's Emily. He's like, oh, Em, how are you? I missed you, which he did. He recognized me then. He's like, how's Draven? I missed Draven. That was his first great-grandson. My oldest is his first great-grandson. And as soon as he was there when he was born. And the first thing he said when he met Draven, he's like, look at those feet. Look at how huge his feet are. I'm getting him. I'll be the first one to get him his first fishing rod. And he did. He got him his first SpongeBob fishing rod. He also got him a Pew Pew, which he has now. But yeah, my pap was he was a good man for the most part. He had really bad violence
It watches from
against
the
women,
dark.
but he tried to change that about himself, which that takes a lot of character. That takes a lot of work, and he did it. And I am very proud of my pap. But the thing that broke my heart was when he had his head injury. I just got off my drug of choice after NA, and I went into it because he was concerned about my getting clean. Well, I gave him my 1 month coin that I got for staying off my drug of choice, and I took it into him and I put it in his hand and I closed his hand. I said, Graham, I gave him something very special. You tell him this is from me. And even though his memory for me and others was really bad, as soon as he was able to see that coin,
Henry.
he said, Emily is clean. Is Emily clean, Betty? Is she really clean? I really wasn't. I relapsed soon after rehab, but it wasn't on my drug of choice. It was other stuff, but that's still a relapse. But he was so happy. He called me after he woke up. He's like, "Hi, Em." I was like, I didn't even know he was off of intubation. I was like, "Hi, Pap." He's like, "I am so proud of you. It's tough to get through that." And he's like, "Did you like NA?" Because he went to AA meetings. I was like, "No." He's like, "I heard it was shit, but hey, Em, you'll be okay. You'll get through this. I know it's hard."
I took my last breath here.
Nice. Yeah, that would explain the original owners. But my pap was a good man. I wish I could have got to meet my other pap, but the nursing home he was at took that away from us. I actually talked to him before on the phone, and he had a very cartoonish southern accent. He was from Missouri. So it was funny listening to him talk. I actually got to talk to him a couple times. Finally, my mom was under the assumption, because my gran was a big narcissist. As much as I love my gran, my gran was a big narcissist, and told my mother he died of a heart attack. I found out, I didn't tell my mother, I found out that was not the case through my aunt, and I said, I will find him. I did find him, and I called him. I said, "Is this Eugene?" He said, "Yes." I said, "Do you have a daughter named Tina?" He's like, "How do you know that?" I was like, "Because I'm your granddaughter." He's like, "Chrissy or Emily?" Like, he knew us. He knew us. He's like, "Emily, you're the youngest one, huh?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, darling, I missed you guys." He's like, "I talked to you when you were just 2-3 years old, and I've always tried to reach out and always been bypassed from your grandmother." He used to send my mom money for every fucking holiday, every birthday, every Easter, every fucking holiday you can imagine. He sent it. It wasn't supposed to be for my grandma. It was for my mother. My grandmother spent it, of course. But, yeah. He even sent us, like, a huge box of stuffed animals when we were, like, 6 years old. Oh, Jeffrey, hello.
Burned.
Sorry, I talk a lot when I have caffeine. I'll try to still keep my voice speed or my talking speed down, but I usually talk very fast. I've actually slowed down a lot. So cheers. Aries! So, I'm gonna make my poor man sandwich after I'm done here. After I'm done with my live. Because I had no lunch meat or anything like that. And I can't stress enough, don't knock it until you try it. But I actually, if you're gonna try it, I would recommend trying it a little different than what I'm gonna be doing tonight. So it's a chip sandwich. That's it. Chip sandwich. Here, let me turn this down again. I know you guys want to talk to spirits, but No, that is not an EMF. That is a Vox. And I have a K2 set up and a Melmeter set up. Right now I'm waiting for fucking batteries to charge for my my REM pod because I tried to turn it on tonight and it shut right down. But anyways, so
Contact.
get yourself, if you like those Hawaiian sweet rolls, okay, get those. Then what you're gonna do, I know they're gonna be like tiny little sandwiches, but it's so fucking worth it, trust me. Then you're gonna put mustard and chips and more mustard and then crush it together and eat it. It has sweet,
Many died
salty,
here.
and sour. Perfect fucking mix of it. Tonight, I'm just gonna make a regular chip sandwich with regular bread, chips, and mustard. That's it. It's better with Dijon mustard though. Much better with Dijon mustard. If you're not from Pennsylvania, you're probably not going to know what this is. Lebanon bologna. Lebanon bologna was one of what is a very popular lunch meat in Pennsylvania. I think it's German. I don't know. I could be wrong. Because it's not from like Lebanon area. It's from Pennsylvania, German, whatever. You take Lebanon bologna. Oh, Fern. You didn't have to do that.
Go right.
Any hooser. So, I lost what I was saying. Hold on. I love you back. So, I learned how to do the chip and mustard sandwich. Sorry, I started talking a little fast, my bad. So, I learned how to do the chip and mustard sandwich when I was very young. Do you remember those really awesome Hickory Farms gift baskets you used to get?
They did spell.
Do you guys remember those Hickory Farm gift baskets you used to get? Used to come with summer sausage, like honey mustard or Dijon mustard and other things inside. Well, it was a happy accident. I'm sitting there and I'm eating summer sausage with some Dijon mustard, and I had chips sitting there, and I accidentally dropped a chip in mustard, and I tried it. I was like, oh, that's pretty good.
Albert.
So, I don't know how the hell it ended up being a chip sandwich, but anyways, take Lebanon bologna, barbecue potato chips, and either mayo, Miracle Whip, or mustard, which mustard's recommended.
Mavis.
And it's really, 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 really good. I put sausage links cut up in mac and cheese. That actually sounds pretty damn good. Jeff. You want to hear another one that you can do that is really good? Okay. Get yourself a hot dog, put it on a bun, then take baked beans and put it over the top of it. If you don't have condiments and you only have baked beans, put them on top. Perfect. Chef's kiss, because if you think about it, you're going to be using baked beans and hot dogs together every time, every so often. So what's going to happen is you're going to take, and it's actually really fucking good. Full meal for broke folks. Damn right. Jeffrey likes talking about food. He actually wanted a beer earlier. Oh, shit on the shingles. SOS, man. Cheers to that. Shit on shingles is awesome. What the hell are those, Karma? What the hell is that? That was Jeff that said that. Here. That's how he said it.
Mandy.
Putting on syrup. Hot ramen, cheese, and bacon. I don't know if I could do the cheese. Okay, that's just fucking evilly creepy. Handsome though. What's up, witch doctor? Not bad looking, but kind of crazy looking. Whoa, those eyes move every time. Oh my god, it freaks me out. I used to do mustard sandwiches. Do you know what I used to do though? Because I'm weird. I think that I have some sensory issues. I would take mustard, put it on the sandwich, cut the crust off. Then I would flatten it as much as I could without squirting out the mustard. Then I would roll it up and salt it and make it, like, imagine it was a fucking pretzel. Who are you, user 35? Actually, I've been on this entire time. I just been on my main page.
Okay.
What?
I've been here this entire time. Just on my main page. Chubby baby. Fucker's heavy with a case on it. Oh, my sister used to do that, Fern. I don't know why, but my sister loved she would literally just take a piece of bread, throw sugar on it, flatten it, and then eat it. I'm like, really get out of that. I tried it before and I didn't like it. Chrissy didn't like my thing either. Mustard, and flatten it and roll it up like a pretzel. Yeah, well, it wouldn't be Mike's baby shit pictures. He's black. That was a white kid. Sugar and cinnamon. I used to just eat it by the teaspoons when it was mixed up. Not like the actual cinnamon by itself, but I would eat it by the teaspoon. I used to be, every time we would make it, I'm like, eating it. Oh, you're good, the witch doctor.
Happened.
As well.
Oh, yes, with butter. Gotta have it with butter. But when you don't have cinnamon, don't have butter, kind of sucks. And sugar. So you then have jam toast. I have to show you guys something. No, I'm actually using Necrophonic, witch doctor. Oh, peanut butter and butter is one of my son's favorites. He loves it. Oh, come on with the creepy shit. What in the fuck? What in the fuck? We're just gonna show like half of them. What the fuck is that supposed to be?
Good enough.